Happy Saturday, everyone. What's up, guys? I hope you're doing well. Today is day 20 of our 30 days of staying in momentum intermittent fasting challenge. And I'm excited to come along, to come online because it's a day that I talk about weighing. Those of you who have been watched what I post on this channel know that I'm not a great fan of weighing myself, something that I've openly talked about, something that I've said why I think I don't do it so often. But today, because it's day 20, I thought what I'm going to do is going to kind of, in a way, I mentioned when we started the challenge, I said at the beginning on day 0, I weighed myself. We'll do another weighing at day 10, which is something that I did, and I talked about it a few weeks ago. And then I said we'll do another weighing at day 20, and today is day 20. And because I love to be somebody that will stick to my words, that's why I'm coming along today slightly earlier than the normal time that I do my streams, because I just wanted to combine this together into one. And I'm having today a drink. For a long time I haven't come online with a drink, because just like I made some lemon, some lemon. I added some, what else did I put in? Some lemon, some garlic, some ginger, and some honey. Because I've had a bit of, as I mentioned yesterday, some sore throat in between. I think I must have just picked up something along the line, and I just want to still continue with until I get to the end of the journey. And because I'm not feeling 100% well as such, I am kind of in a way just continuing with the intermittent fasting, but I've taken a little bit of a break from exercise because I tried yesterday and I felt my body since then hasn't been feeling great. So I love to listen to my body. And at this stage, before I talk much about the weight, I like also to talk about if you've started this journey, for example, and then you are not feeling well, it is usually nice to use your discretion and to discuss this particularly with somebody again who knows you much more better. I am going to continue with the fast until the end, because I have done this before. Like generally when I am not feeling well, I find that when I don't bring more food to the body, but generally because also my appetite tends to be really poor and things like that, and because I've got some sore throat, it makes it much more even difficult sometimes to swallow. So I am generally not eating much when I'm not feeling well. But some people, and one thing that I really need to mention is that I am just taking like this concoction, not medication. So if you're on medication, again, it's not the best or advice to fast. Some medication can actually interact negatively when you're fasting. For example, if you are taking things like aspirin, that's something that you should never ever think about aspirin on an empty stomach. That's basically a no-go area, and you can see my son crippling at the back and disappearing and going to where he wants to go to. That's the advantages of streaming when kids are home on the weekend. And then that's another thing that you can think about. It's not advisable to take medication on an empty stomach. So if you are on medication, generally it's not recommended to fast. But again, as I said, even though I have like a kind of a cold or whatever, I'm still continuing with the journey because I'm not taking medication for it. It's not yet to that stage where I need medication, but I'm praying, please God, I don't want it to get to that point. So that's why now I'm okay with just like these concoctions. And if I need to take a paracetamol or something like that just for pain relief, I'll definitely do that after I stop my fasting, so I ensure that my tummy is full before then. And so back into what I was saying, like when we started this journey, I mentioned I'm not a great fan of weighing myself, because weighing can in itself be a little bit of a discouragement, and it can actually cause you to have unhealthy relationship with food. And this is something that I thought at the beginning. I was like, I don't generally weigh myself. I know exactly kind of in a way what is my stress size and things like that. And once in a while I do weigh, and then I just keep on maintaining to see if I'm maintaining the food intake that I'm having and things like that. Do I really need to take more food or things like that to maintain my weight? And those people that know me know, like, I was really huge and I've lost quite a huge substantial amount of weight over time. And so when we were starting this journey, I thought, how can I be able to kind of in a way evaluate what is happening to me if I don't really take any measurements. And so I decided to do weighing. So I weighed at day 0, and I just was looking at the photos earlier on, which is something that I'm just gonna show at some point, hopefully, if I get that. So if you can see, that was my weight on day 0, and day 0 I was basically at 66.4. I think that's like inverted because of course I'm trying to show my my phone. So definitely I was 66.4 kilos on the 14th of September. So again, if I show that, so like naysayers can say, how sure are you that you've lost that weight? Basically, that was when I started on day 0 on the 14th of September. And then when I came online on the 23rd of August, which was day 10, I did another weighing, and I had lost about 900 grams in weight. And so today I just thought I'm going to do another weighing to see how much have I been able to drop off in 20 days. Of course, as I mentioned this before, and I'm just going to repeat it again and say, it is not recommended to lose more than 500 grams of weight in a week. That's what is called a healthy weight loss. So if you start to lose more than that, and there is no particular reason why you're doing that, you need to start kind of in a way start to be worried, because it can be some underlying issues. But I know, because I am on a challenge and I have combined both exercise and fasting together, so it's been a little bit like most of the time I'm in a negative energy balance. That's why I was able to lose about a kilo within a duration of 10 days. And so I've continued, I'm getting mostly like I'm doing the 16-8 fasting. So most of the time when it gets to around 2 p.m., I start to have my food, I start to eat and things like that. And I tend to eat just normally for sure at the end, and just maintaining or kind of looking at how much carbohydrate I'm eating. As I've said, I'm breaking free. This is my goal, to break free from addiction to carbohydrates. So I'm no longer going to call myself a carb addict, because I'm not a carb addict. I am somebody who has a healthy relationship with food. I am somebody who has a healthy relationship with carbohydrate. I am not addicted to carbohydrate. I walk in there telling myself, if I want to eat carbohydrate, I will eat carbohydrate. If I don't want to eat carbohydrate, I will not eat carbohydrate. But I don't want to have that relationship where I'm looking at carbohydrate and saying like I am an addict of it, because that's something that I've learned now. Confession brings possession, so I'm not confessing that. I refuse. That's not my portion. I am going to be free from it, and that's one of the goals with this fasting. And so today I've been on the scale to weigh myself, and I'm just thinking like, now it's day 20. Let's see how much progress have we been able to make. And so when we started, again, as I've said, we started off at 66.4 kilos. And today when I weighed in the morning, I am now at, moment of reveal, 63.6 kilos. So we started off, if I started off at 66.4, right? That was what I recorded. I'm recording including the date, so it shows me exactly when did I take that photo. And then it even shows you here the date that I took the photo. It shows at the top. Let me see if I can grab that. Yeah, on the top there it tells you on the 14th of August, that's the day that photo was taken, and I was 66.4 kilos, and here it tells you exactly the day that the photo was taken, and it tells you it's today. You can see there today, and I am 63.6. Which means for those days that I've been fasting, so that I don't end up kind of saying the wrong thing. So starting from 66.4 kilos, I've lost a total of 2.8. Hopefully I got it right. kilos. That's in 3 weeks of fasting, which might be, if you're looking at it like 3 weeks, so 2.8 of kilos. So it's like kind of, how do you say, in 3 weeks. So plus or minus, give it, there might have been, I mean, there are a few more things that can actually be included on that. As I mentioned, I haven't been 100% okay today. That started a few days ago. That could contribute a little bit more, but losing about 3 kilos or 2.8 kilos within a duration of 21 days of this challenge, it tells you that it's something that does work. And if you regulate it well, because I don't want to drastically lose too much weight, because I know my normal weight, if I really want to be normal and I don't want to have any issues whatsoever, I can go up to 68 kilos. So I'm still within the normal weight, and I don't want to go beyond 60, because of course that I'm going to go into underweight, but I'm still within that range that is my normal weight for me. But to see that shift of about 2.8 kilos in weight over 20 days has kind of in a way encouraged me. Again, as I mentioned, I have no intentions of losing too much weight. So that's something again that I really want to make it clear. And so this is something that I just want to do the next 10 days and find a way of maintaining, because I really want to maintain between 64 and 66 kgs. That's where I want to stay for my normal okay. I don't want to be to the end of like 69, 68. Neither do I want to be lower than that, because I'll definitely be going into the other extreme. But I want to try to maintain my weight between 64 and 66 kilos. And so if I'm going to be doing that over the next period, over the next week, hopefully the most important thing I'm focusing on now is recovery, so I can feel much better and hopefully get rid of this cold that I have or whatever thing that I picked up. So once that is gone and that's been sorted out, I just want to go back into exercising, doing my 5 kilometers every single day whenever I am able to do it, as God gives me grace, and being able to maintain that over a period of time. So it's been kind of really for me so encouraging, because I said the last time when I weighed myself, I wanted to lose another 2 kgs. And because I've lost in general like about 2.8, as you know, that's the exact. But if I look at all these towards the end of the another 10 days, if I lose another kg or so, honestly, I'm not going to be complaining, because this thing does work. And again, as I said, my main goal was never to lose weight. My goal was to kind of just have a few shifts of things that I feel in my health here and there. And seeing it coming with the packs of weight loss is an extra advantage, or added extra. And I'm so grateful. And so as I bring this towards a close, I just want to speak to somebody today who might be struggling. You might be struggling with your weight journey, and you're thinking, what can I ever do to be able to lose the weight that I need to lose? You're thinking it feels a little bit too overwhelming. Guys, we talked about discipline yesterday. I don't like most of the time recommending my own videos, but I've been telling myself, and I was telling even my sister earlier, the video with Abby yesterday, it was a raw but real video where we talked about discipline, and where the lack of discipline between us and food becomes the beginning of many issues in our lives. And I can tell you, one of the things that has actually motivated me along this journey, that actually kept me going until now, has basically been mainly being committed to it. I am kind of a person that's the reason why I run. People have asked me, why can't you go and just watch, let's say, an exercise video on YouTube and do your exercise and you'll be fine with it? I'm like, that sounds like a good idea, but I need to see. I need to see how much am I putting in, how much am I getting out of it. And so when I go to run, I know I put in 5 kilometers running journey. I've burned, maybe I don't concentrate much on the calories, but I can know I've run and maybe I burned 200, 300, 400 calories from the run. And then if I'm doing like checking of my calories and counting of my calories, I know I have harvested more 400 calories. So when I'm eating plus or minus, depending on how I'm feeling, like I can actually eat a little bit more or eat less, depending on what is happening really. I do this again, let's say I do challenges because I can actually measure and say I have done 7 days of intensive exercise, and out of the 7 days, I have been able to see myself increasing my running pace by ABCD. Because that's the way I am wired. The way I work is I work with seeing. Like I was telling a colleague of mine, some people can hear and they're good at it. I can hear for sure. I'll hear and understand what you're talking to me. I'm a I can be very theoretical, but I'm a very practical person. If you give me something, you tell me about it, I'll definitely most likely forget. But if you show me something, then I am definitely gonna remember it for a longer time. I'm a visual learner. I learn by seeing things. And so when I see things that help me see, like, okay, I am putting in X amount of effort and I'm seeing Y coming out, that motivates me. But if you're somebody that is motivated in different ways, I don't want you to be like me. Do you be you? That's the most important thing. Don't let what is happening to other people around you make you to think like, oh, I'm going to change and start going for a run because Claire is doing a run. No, I do runs and I'm going to be going back to the gym. That's something that I've made up my mind for the next quarter. Towards the end of September, I'm going to be registering to go back to the gym. Not necessarily because of anything, as anybody who knows me, I love free gym, free exercise. I love things that I don't have to pay for. That's why I love doing things like running. But I feel like I'm in that stage that I want to do a bit of toning of my muscles and my body and things like that. And running can do that for you, but aerobics in general are for weight loss from the, what is the name, the water weight loss. But if you want to lose a bit of fat, if you want to tone, you need strength training. And so because I don't have many strength training stuff in my house, it just makes more sense for me to go back to the gym. And also it's coming towards the end of the, we are basically at the middle of this, towards the end of this month, we are going into autumn, and then after that we'll go into winter. And once you get to winter, it gets more colder, it gets a little bit more, yeah, I am not a great fan of running in the rain, though it's a good thing to do. So that's one of the things that is making me like, I'm like, okay, as we're coming towards the end of summer, I'm gonna get a gym membership and I'll start going back to the gym, as I particularly want to kind of start to turn up a little bit more, work on a bit of building of my muscles and things like that. So it's just been for me encouraging. I'm just going to continue doing what I've been doing for the next 10 days so that I can get myself into the last part for the next 10 days. And I can't wait to see how I look like when those 10 days are over. And so thank you so much for all of you who have continued to support this journey. Thank you so much to all of you who have continued to like, to share, to subscribe. I really appreciate that. And if you haven't done it, it is not too late. Please support us by liking, sharing this information. It might be helpful, it might be useful. And just one thing I need to mention is tomorrow is Sunday, so I'm not going to be doing any streaming on Sunday. I leave that as my day with God. I leave it for my Sabbath, for my rest. And then the next time I'm coming back online for a live stream shall be on Monday, when I'll come back and talk about something different. Until then, my prayer for you is that you will prosper and be in good health, even as your souls prosper. And I pray that you know that you are highly favored, you are loved, you are celebrated and appreciated. And I shall see you in the next episode and next stream. Till then, God bless you, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye, everyone.